everyone, welcome back to the session of English. Today, in this session, we are going to start with a very interesting topic that is conditional sentences. Now, this is part 1. Question that first arises in our mind is that what are conditional sentences? So, let's begin this session to understand the concepts. As we can see in the word itself that it is conditional sentence. It means it consists of some condition. So when there are conditions or where we can see conditions in a sentence, those sentences are known as conditional sentences. Conditional sentences are structures used in language to express a cause and effect relationship between different events or conditions. In conditional sentences, we see there are two clauses. First clause and then we have second clause. This is the basic structure of a conditional sentence, that the sentence is written in two clauses. Now what happens? One sentence always depends on another. The one part of the sentence, or you can say the second clause or the first clause, always depends on the other one. It means if this happens, only then that happens. If this happens, only then that will happen. So this is a condition. Conditions arise in our daily life, in day-to-day life. Conditions are there in everyone's life. Suppose we go to take any exam, and I'm saying to you that if you work hard, you will qualify your exam. It means your qualifying the exam depends on the work you do hard. If I have money, I will give them to you. It means I will give the money to you. My giving money to you depends on my possession of money. So these all are conditions. If I go there, I will meet him. It means my meeting with him depends on my going there. So all these are conditions. Conditions arise in daily life, in day-to-day life of ours. Now these sentences typically consist of two clauses, that is the if clause, that is conditional clause, and the main clause. Now what happens? These two clauses, before first clause we have a conjunction that is if, then this clause and then this clause. So this clause is called main clause, whereas this clause is subordinate clause, or you can say conditional clause. Now this, whatever this is, it depends on this one. This will happen only if this happen. So this is subordinate clause and this is main clause, the entire clause, which is the actual sentence. And the condition, where the condition arises, is this part, which is related with or attached with if. So there are several rules of conditional sentences. Let's understand all the rules and try to relate there with our life so that we can learn them easily. Now conditions, for conditions, it is not that we will use if only. We can use in case, suppose, as if. All these words make conditions. So now let us the basic let us understand the basic structures of conditional sentences. We have four types of condition. Type 1 condition. First, we'll discuss type 0 condition. Then we have type 1 condition. Then we have type 2 condition. And then we have type 3 condition. Therefore, we have four types of conditions. Basically, we have three conditions only, but one is extra because it is also a condition which depends on the real facts or whatever happens all the time. So, therefore, we call it type 0 condition. Now, for general truths, this is type 0 condition. First is type 0 condition. Why we are saying this 0 conditions? Because in these sentences we write those sentences which are general truths, which always happens same, constant. For example, this is very general, that if we do something that causes something else, and that is a general or universal truth or a general or scientific fact, that always remains constant. For example, if there are is a leap year, there are 366 days in a year. So this is fact. If I keep the water at 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. So this is general fact. In this case, we use if with present indefinite tense, and then we have present indefinite tense again. It means the sentence will be like if plus first clause, then we have another clause. In this clause, we'll write present indefinite means subject plus verb first form or verb fifth form. Now, verb fifth form means verb with s or es, that we call base form with s or es, and verb first form is base form of verb. And this part will again be in subject plus verb first or verb fifth form. There is no imagination. In fact, this is constant. Therefore, we'll write both the sides of the sentence, both the clauses of the sentence in present indefinite tense. For example, if one steps a balloon, it will pop. Obviously, it will happen. But if it really happen the same, so their will is not required. In fact, the correct sentence will be if one stabs a balloon, it pops, and not it will pop. Because it always happens if one stabs a balloon, any balloon, anyone stabs, the same will happen. This is a scientific fact. Now, as I really like dal roti of house. Now the sentence is if I eat dal roti, I will be happy. Yes, because I know that I love dal roti. Everyone likes home food. So in this case, this is a general fact. Therefore, it should be written in present indefinite tense only. Some other facts that we see in our daily life. Suppose in our room there are two switches. One is for light and other is for fan. And I know well that if I press this one, the switch of fan, the fan will start moving. So I should say that if I press this switch, the fan starts move starts moving. I cannot say I it will because it happens always. Sometimes we say that it cannot happen. Some facts are there which become general as they happen always. So those facts can also be written in this type 0 condition. Now let us have type 1 condition that shows future possibility. For example, if I say to you that if you work hard, you will qualify your exam. But the time you will qualify your exam is somewhere future. It means the result that you are getting, you will get that in future. But for that you have to work hard now, in present time. So the effect of present will be there on future. So the possibility, the condition will complete in future time only. Therefore, this is type 1 condition in which we require future possibility. Whenever we are getting the result, says about the possibility or the condition, that the condition is of future. And future depends on present time. If we get the result in future, obviously we have to work hard in present tense, in present time. Therefore, in this type of condition, we write if, after that we have present indefinite tense, and in the main clause we have future indefinite tense. The structure will be like if, then we have subject plus verb first or verb fifth form according to the subject. Then in the remaining clause we have subject plus will or shall plus verb first form, because modal are always followed by base form of verb. Now, because I like white sauce pasta, but not that I want it all days. So in this sentence we can see if I eat white sauce pasta, I am happy. No, it is not I will be happy. Just because I like it and I'm giving an option that if I eat this one, then I'll be happy. If you will not study hard, you will fail. Now, whenever we have a conditional word over there, we do not use modal in that case. If you will should be replaced with do not. If you do not study hard, you will fail. So, this is the condition, type 1 condition. The first clause will be in present indefinite. It means the clause just after if, and the remaining clause will be in future indefinite. If you bring your admit card, you will be allowed to take exam. If you do not bring your admit card, you will not be allowed to take exam. So this is again type 1 condition. Now we have type 2 condition. Now this is just imagination. Everything which is imagination forms the sentence with models. If I say that you are getting result for something right now, and the work you have done for this is in past time, but now whatever you are getting is just an imagination that you might have got this. For example, if I say if you worked hard, you would qualify the exam today. It means you have got your results today, but for that you must have worked hard earlier. And whatever you got today, suppose you failed today. So I'm saying you that if you worked hard, if you worked hard, you would qualify the exam today. It means your result might have been positive. So this is the condition or imagination for future or for today, but you must have worked hard earlier. So this is type 2 condition. In type 2 condition, we have if, then we have again two clauses. First will be in past indefinite, that is subject plus verb second form. And if it is in negative, so did not plus first form. And in the remaining clause, we have subject plus would, and then we have verb first form. Now, would, should, any model can come according to the requirement. Suppose you are taking the exam right now. You are in the examination hall and you are taking the exam. Now you came across a question which is not very much difficult and you know how to solve it, but there is a little concept which you are not able to recall. You know it, but you are not able to recall it. You might have forgotten it. Now you are just thinking in your mind. You are not just thinking that if I read this rule in the morning, I would do this question definitely. So this is the condition that shows type 2 condition, that you are getting the result right now for which you must have worked earlier. Suppose there are two friends A and B. Now B comes to A and asks him for some help of money because he need. Now A has already deposited his money or invested his money in mutual funds. He did this yesterday. Now he's saying to his friend B that if you came to me yesterday, I would give you the money. Just because yesterday only he has deposited the money. He deposited the money or he invested the money. So he cannot give money to B now. But he would give if we came to him yesterday only. So that is again a past condition, which shows the result that might he got today, might he get today, but now that cannot happen. If I went to Mumbai, I would meet my cousin. So this is simple. If I went to Mumbai, this is past indefinite, I would meet my cousin. This is it. If I spoke English, I would have been working in Canada. Now, if I spoke English, it means if I knew how to speak in English, I would be working in Canada, because here we are requiring would followed by first form of verb. So it should be would be working in Canada. Now, have been will be removed from here. So the correct sentence will be if I spoke English, I would be working in Canada. This shows that today I must have been working in Canada if I learnt how to speak in English. Now let us move to the type 3 condition. All that would have happened, but nothing had happened. It means after you take the exam, when you came out of the hall, you meet many friends and students with whom you discuss your paper or question paper. That did you do that question? Did you do that question? And whatever you have done, now you know well what you have left and what you have not, and what you have done incorrect. Now you are thinking that if I had attempted that question first, I would have marked more questions. If I had attempted that one, I would have done well. If I had not wasted my time in that puzzle, I would have done few more questions. So these are the conditions which are impossible right now because nothing can happen. Whatever has to be happened has happened. Now nothing can be done with it. But we can only think about it, that if it was like this, it was like that. If it was like that, I was I must have done this. All that had gone. Now nothing can happen. That is impossible. But we are only thinking what could have happened. We are just making patterns. We are just making ideas that what would have happened if this had happened. So in this condition, in the first clause, just after if, we have subject plus had plus verb third form. This is past perfect. And in remaining clause, we have subject plus would. Then we have, and then we have verb third form. So if past perfect, then would have, then past participle, that is verb third form. If it had rained, I would get wet. Now this is incorrect. The correct will be if it had rained, I would have got wet. So this will be the correct sentence. If I had accepted that promotion, I would be working in London. Now, if I had accepted, this is past perfect. So the remaining clause will be would have been working in London. So now this will be the correct sentence. Now, in this sentence, one more sentence that can be formed over here, that if I had money, I would give it to you. This is type 2 condition. But if I had money, I would have given them to you. I would have given it to you. So this is impossible past condition. Now nothing can happen. This is just an imagination. Now we have one more concept. We have just now we have one more concept, that is condition of event. Now whenever we say it is for the second time, it is the first time, in these types of sentences, we always use present perfect tense. In case we are using the phrase it is the second time or it is the third time, this is the third time, we always use present perfect tense. Now look at the sentence carefully. It is the second time I tried to call you. Unfortunately, we could not connect. So this is incorrect. In fact, the correct will be it is the second time I have tried to call you. Unfortunately, we could not connect. This will be the correct. This is the third time I asked you to stop eating junk food. Now, this is incorrect again. The correct will be I have asked you to stop eating junk food. Now, this will be correct. So, whenever we have expressions like it is this first time, it is the second time, it is the third time, we always use present perfect tense. That's it. Always use present perfect tense. Now, this is again a very important concept. Whenever we say it is high time, or it is time, or we say it is about time. If we use any of these expressions, we have two conditions after any of these phrases. Either we have two preposition or we have noun or pronoun in the sentence. Now, if there is two preposition, we use verb first form. But if we have noun or pronoun, we will use verb second form, that is past indefinite form only. Past indefinite, or we say simple past tense only. Now it is high time I write a word to my mother. It is high time. I is a pronoun, so write should be replaced with wrote. It is high time we begin preparing for the examination. So it is high time. This is we, that is a pronoun. So begin should replace with began. I is also a pronoun. We is also a pronoun. So we have written began. That is verb second form. Now, if the sentence is like it is time, we should study for exams. Suppose we have this sentence. Now, again, if we see the sentence carefully, it is time we should. Now we have to use only past indefinite tense. There is no requirement of a modal. So this should will be removed from here and study will be replaced with studied. So the correct sentence will be it is time we studied for exams. One more type of sentence come from this part comes from this part, that is it is high time we have done something for our country. Now in this sentence again we have it is high time we, that is a pronoun, so your have should be removed and done also should be removed. Now one thing that students always do, they write the sentence like it is high time we had done something useful or something for our country, but that is also incorrect. Instead we write the sentence like we did something for our country, because this is past indefinite. If I write had done, that will be incorrect, because had done is a past perfect tense, whereas we need only past indefinite. And this is very, very important. Nowadays, we use this expression a lot many times. Also, it is high time or it is time means that this is a limit now. It has to be done now. It is beyond time now. It is necessarily required now. Well, these were some conditions. Now, in the next session, we'll do some questions based on this concept. Thank you very much.